First Alert Weather is brought to you by the Medical Center.
Well, we started this morning with some strong thunderstorms in the area. Some of you got some very heavy rain, thunder, lightning, 12:30, 1 o'clock this morning, and then a little bit later out to the east. The only report that we had from that activity this morning down in Clinton County, right on the Tennessee border, a little bit south of Albany, there was some wind damage, knocked down some trees and power lines. Even some barns were destroyed there just in southern Clinton County. But other than that, we're waiting on the next round, which will hit us sometime tomorrow. Here's a look at First Alert Live Doppler radar to show you that we're not worried about any activity today. It's going to come, well, the first wave will come in late tonight after midnight, and then it'll be the second wave tomorrow that we're really concerned about, and that is the one that's going to touch off the threat for severe weather. As the Storm Prediction Center shows there, all of the state of Kentucky, all of the state of Tennessee are under that slight risk. There's no moderate risk. There's no high risk. The maps that are going around on the internet, I mean, having to try to squelch some of those things that some of you are posting and sharing on Facebook and Twitter, it is not like that. This is the official outline from the Storm Prediction Center. What's floating around the internet is just like back when the snowstorms happened. Somebody saying, hey, it's going to come 10 inches of snow, and it didn't do that. So you got to be careful what you share on the internet. Trusted local sources, even if that's not us. Trust somebody local in this area that does weather forecasting, and you know their background, you know their names. That's who you need to pay attention to. But more than that, prepare. Prepare for the possibility that we could have a few isolated tornadoes tomorrow afternoon. But as far as a tornado outbreak, big tornadoes, that's not in the cards with this particular system. So just be aware of that. All right, let's go on to the maps here and show you how much rain we picked up this morning. Almost 2/10 of an inch of rain here in Bowling Green, a 1/4 inch over in Glasgow, almost an inch in Scottsville, almost a 1/2 inch in Franklin. There you see lighter amounts off to the north, 6,300 so over there in Edmonton, as you see. Temperatures upper 40s, low 50s across the area, almost 60, in fact, hitting 60 now in the Burkesville area on the Mesonet network. Live down Scottsville Road, filtered sunshine right now. Current temperature 56 degrees with a northwest wind at 8. Russellville 55. You started at 49. You picked up almost 1/10 of an inch of rain early this morning. There's Mammoth Cave National Park, 55 degrees, a little bit of rain this morning. 0.04 of an inch of rain early in Litchfield and Grayson County. You're at 51 degrees. Overcast sky there now. Filtered sunshine down south of us in Franklin, Simpson County. You're at 54 with 0.43 of an inch of rain since midnight. 56 at the airport. We've gone down a few degrees from early this morning, but it's starting to come back up. The cooler air off to the north of us, the very warm, humid air to the south, and it's the clash of those two systems that is, or the air masses, that is going to be the setup for the potential severe weather. What we had this morning, a weak disturbance that run through pretty quickly with those thunderstorms that woke us up early this morning. We've had a few breaks in the clouds, but here are the clouds already rolling in ahead of the next system. As we get this one out of the way, in fact, it's all well east of us now. High pressure is taking over today, but what that's going to do is help bring in more Gulf moisture. A warm front will move across the area sometime after midnight tonight. That'll be round one of the next event coming through with thunderstorms overnight, and some of those could be strong like we had this morning. Then about this time of the day tomorrow, a break in the activity. That's when the atmosphere is really going to refire and crank up with all the moisture and all the wind that you see across the area. Any sunshine is going to help destabilize the atmosphere that much more. So when the cold front comes through late tomorrow afternoon, early tomorrow evening, that's when we have the best potential for damaging straight line winds. That's going to be the #1 threat. Tornadoes are not the #1 threat. Damaging straight line winds are, maybe even the potential for flooding. Tornadoes, isolated at best. Now, we're waiting for a new update from the Storm Prediction Center. We could get upgraded to a moderate risk in this area, so we'll watch that before the end of the show. If we get that update, I'll let you know that. All that means is a little bit more of a risk and a little bit more sure that this is going to pan out. Sun and clouds for the rest of today. Continued warm, 61. Tonight, 48, cloudy, breezy. Chance of thunderstorms overnight. Then tomorrow, that's when we'll see that break in the morning. firing up in the afternoon and evening, 75, which would rival or equal the record high for the day, believe it or not. And then after we get through the severe weather threat, cooler for Friday and Saturday in the 50s, even cooler Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday into the 40s next week. We have a severe weather toolkit available, WBKO.com, on our weather page. Check that out and be prepared to know the weather before it knows you. We'll be back.